Hello everyone, welcome to another video. I know it's been a while, and as I start getting ready for this vault mission, I just want to explain kind of why it's been so long. So for me, I've had a bunch of stuff change for my recording habits and everything. And let me just go ahead and explain what I mean for a second. So recently, I not recently. No, let me just start at the beginning, okay? So I had two PS4s. One I had a regular base model PS4 in one room, which is where I did a bunch of, that's where I usually did off-camera grinding. And then I had a PS4 Pro, which is where I do the filming of, which is where you're seeing this footage from now. And then recently I got the almighty PS5. And I filmed, believe it or not, like 3 or 4 videos on the PS5. But as you can probably tell by the fact that it's 30 days with no videos, those videos never got uploaded. And here's why. As I was filming those videos and I was transferring them, I learned something pretty weird about the PS5, which is that they don't format the videos the same way that the PS4 Pro does. Which meant that I filmed a bunch of videos and I couldn't use any of them, which sucked. Then my mic stopped working and I had to figure out what it was. And essentially, I would film audio on, the way it would work is I'd download clips from the PS5 and I would bring them to my iPad. And then I would upload them from my iPad, do the editing there. But I have one of the newer iPads, which means that they don't have a headphone jack. So, because I don't have a headphone jack, I had to put in an adapter. It was a headphone jack to a lightning cable, which meant that, of course, I had to have the adapter. If the adapter broke, so did my mic, and my adapter broke. It's fixed now, but it broke for a minute. And because of that, I couldn't film audio. Now, I got a new device. So now I have a laptop. I have a brand new MacBook M1 Air, base model, so 8 gigs of RAM, 256 gigs of storage, and it's a really good laptop. It's a really great laptop, but I've never done editing on it before. So I was just messing around for a little bit before I actually got into it, and now I'm here. So I'm doing, as you can tell, I'm doing a voiceover, which I generally do, but I generally try to keep the voiceovers related to the content. But right now I just want to explain something, because if you look at my last Captain Marvel video, the Captain Marvel concept, that was, I think tomorrow, we'll make it 30 days ago, which is insane. But I'm editing on here. I really, now that I have a device that can handle a heavier workload, my goal is to make these videos 10 times better for you as a viewer. So right now, I've spent, not a whole bunch because this video doesn't require a whole bunch of editing, but I've spent a little bit of time editing this video. I'm spending some time doing audio. I want to make my audio better, which I've never done before. With my Beyblade videos especially, the word is especially, I especially want to take a lot more time in the editing and make them fit the kind of silly style I have. And with Avengers content, I don't know if I'm going to do the Masterclass as much as I usually do, but Hawkeye comes out the 18th, which if I can get this video uploaded the day I want to, that means I'm going to get it uploaded, hopefully. Okay, I'm filming, or I'm doing audio on the 14th. My goal is to get it up either today or Monday, which doesn't give me a whole lot of wiggle room. It gives me enough that if I don't get it done today, it'll be done tomorrow. And I know generally YouTubers try to not say when they're doing it, but I want to be really honest with you guys. this past month, I've had a lot of changes to the way I do videos, which has made it a lot harder to get them out. But I'm back, and I don't know if I'm still going to continue with Fortnite videos. I might give it some thought, but if I decide to, the season's coming out this Tuesday. And if I decide to not live stream, but essentially live stream the Hawkeye release date, then that video is coming out this Thursday. And I have a lot coming up this month. As much as it sucked not being able to put out content, it's giving me a lot of thought. So this Thursday, with the Hawkeye release date, I'm going to film everything I can. So I can't. It's impossible for me to film for the entire thing and upload it the same day. That's like, if it's like the Kate Bishop one, that's 4 hours of me talking straight. However, I'm gonna do parts. I'm probably gonna have part 1, part 2, and part 3. If it's about the same amount of time, maybe 4. But these are going to be longer videos, which means that they're going to have a lot more editing. But just bear with me. I'm going to learn how to edit on the PS5, how to download, how to play around with it, because the next gen launch is also Thursday. And that is important to my channel. Next gen for Avengers. That's why I tried to bring Avengers in relatively soon. Now that's all I really have when it comes to what's happening in the Green One's life. Why didn't you post for a month? You said, and I know I said video coming out on Thursday, and this isn't, of course, Sundays and Thursday, but Sunday is close enough. I got the laptop on Thursday. No, I didn't. I got the laptop on Thursday. I got it on Thursday. And I've been playing around with it. But yeah. I'm going back to a normal upload schedule. And now that I'm going back to a normal upload schedule, I can of course do videos a lot more frequently. And my content's gonna go back to normal. Now thank you for giving me the first 7 minutes and 45 seconds of your time to allow me to talk about life changes. Back to the actual video. As we leave the vault, my goal for today is pretty simple. Right now, I want to, and this is gonna sound crazy, but I either want to go up by 4, or I want to bring my gear even. Right now, I think I have the melee, defense, and heroic around the same, but I think my range is really lower than the other one. I don't remember for a fact, but I know one of them is really low compared to the other 2, or the other 3. And I want to make sure that they're the same, but in order to do that, I need to get them the same. So that's my goal for right now. And let's see if we can do that. So right now, of course, vaults are kind of boring. You have to really like them in order to do them. But I like vaults because of the combat right about here. But I don't know if anyone else has encountered this, but I feel like this is a game bug. Because when vaults first came out, you would get both numbers and then they would spawn. But right now, you just kind of have to wait around. And then they spawn. I said, and then they spawn. There we go. But yeah, they don't. Like, I'm already almost halfway done downloading. I haven't had any challenge. That's called karma right there. That's what I get. But they need to fix that as soon as they can, because vault missions are boring enough, to be honest. But this is a much needed fix. Enemies need to come faster. Otherwise, you're just standing there, like I am, and you're punching things that are dead, thinking that they're there. Or you're shooting at the Hulk. Why do I always do that? And I always shoot at Hulk. And the thing is, it's not. Fine then, Hulk. Kick the enemy out of it. Or really, you threw a rock at him, but still. The thing is, Hulk is so big that sometimes I forget he's my teammate, and I'll just throw something at him. And I know that's not a healthy habit to have, but sometimes I just do. And sometimes I just have to deal with the fact that I threw something at Hulk. But yeah, that's how it goes sometimes. So now we are back to doing the numbers. The numbers suck. Yes, they do. Here's how I think they can improve vault missions. I think getting the numbers is fine, but if I'm just flying around, then this mission is half memory, half combat. And I think it needs to be half puzzle, half combat. So maybe the different numbers, instead of being in the same place, maybe they can change every so often. So like maybe every 10 seconds they switch places. So it's like a time trial, kind of like a vault Tachyon Rift, but not really a Tachyon Rift, because the Tachyon Rifts you're on a time limit. So it's kind of like a time limit, but not really. Like think back to I think the Kate Bishop Vault was a good vault because it was a different area. Maybe that's it. Maybe the same way that earlier when I was flying, I went the wrong way because I thought that I'm so used to the same type of vault mission. I went to the right when I was supposed to go to the left for this one. I think if they just change up the way vault missions work, I think if they randomize the vault you can get into, it'll be a little bit less rinse and repeat. Because right now, if you know the vault layout, then you know how to do this easily. As any character. My least favorite character to play as is Hulk, because I'm not a tank type player. But I know this arena well enough that I can probably do all three as Hulk insanely fast. But I think if maybe you can go, like maybe if it's this vault, then it's a vault themed around like this, not the Snowy Tiger, but maybe it's a vault that's not as rustic. Maybe if you can sometimes go into a newer shield vault that maybe has turrets that help you, but it has stronger enemies to fight against. That way you get a bit of variety in your vaults. Or maybe the different vaults can have different missions. So like this one, like I'm doing right now, I'm running around getting the numbers, but maybe the highly updated shield vault could have a challenge where you're not trying to get numbers, you're trying to get intel or something. So maybe you have to run around and protect people. So maybe it's like a tower defense level that time. So you have different people, like how sometimes you have the defend missions of defend A, B, and C. Maybe you have to do that. Or maybe you go to an aim vault. Like maybe sometimes you go into a vault that aim holds, so it becomes less of getting the numbers and more of hacking into their systems. Where you have the ABC again, and you have to stand on them and then you have to hack aim before they can hack into you. I think both of those, I think just any variety in vaults themselves could be really used. Because I love this game. I really do. And I just want to say, because this is going to sound like I love it because I bought something, but I have the best version. I have the Earth's Mightiest Heroes Edition, which is the really big edition that costs a lot of money. And I didn't actually, that isn't how I bought the game. I love this game so much that I bought the base model and then went back and bought the Ultimate Edition. But I'm not oblivious to this game's flaws. This game is filled with bugs, like right there. It should have switched to the angle immediately. I shouldn't have to worry about simple things. Like there have been several times where I have to reload a checkpoint because an enemy got stuck in a wall or a ceiling or something. But I think it's just simple visual things that they could switch. Like even reusing vaults but in different areas could work if they do it correctly and they don't make... Alright, I think think that's it. I think essentially, I really do just think variety is what we need. And a lot of people complain about we need different mission types. No, we don't. We don't need different mission types. We need different varieties for the missions we have. I recently played Marvel's Spider-Man, and the boss fights were essentially the same for each boss. And I know I'm going to get some disagreement in the comments, but half of the boss fights came down to webbing up a character and then punching them. But the reason that game was so fun was because... Oh, really? Did I go up, like, one power? Oh, but look at that. Everything's almost the same. That's good. That's a lot better than what we've been at, so... But in Marvel Spider-Man, all the boss fights came down to the same simple mechanic of webbing up enemies, but each area was different. So, for example, spoiler, the final boss fight against Doc Ock was super different because you really had to think about when are you going to web him up. It was about timing. Meanwhile, Shocker, it was about speed. How fast can you web him up? So I think that's going to be it for this video, and that's going to be it for me coming back to my channel, essentially. I'm back on YouTube, back on the platform, not leaving again, I promise. So thank you all for watching, and I will see you all later.